Long, long, long bus line. And come back around and make a stop there, and then you'll have to wiggle around and do something crazy, but you'll get there. And then I'm going to create another line from here that just goes down this bit here. Not terribly efficient, but they make people happy. So what the hell? Alright. Technically has some coverage over there, which provides extra services, which will level up some things. These guys are complaining about a lack of worker. What kind of workers do you want? Mostly uneducated. Okay. Do we have... Is there unemployment stats anywhere? I thought there was, but I can't remember. City's still growing. In fact, it's growing incredibly quickly. Probably just need some areas soon. So trains seem to be blocking the main track while waiting at the station. Which station? Can't see at night. Can't see anything at night. Could turn off the day-night cycle, but I like the day-night cycle. Okay, this is fine. There's probably a station. All the stations are named, so if you can tell me a station name where things might be getting stuck, that would be good. Yeah, no auto line color mod. I know, I like the auto line color mod. I also like there's like a better traffic control mod as well. And like a mass transit control thing where you can get better stats, you can rename things, you can recolor things. I don't have that installed right now either. Fire right there. We have a fire station like right there. Yeah, these bus lines, they are not friendly to actual people, but that's okay. I'm complaining about garbage over here. Do we not have a couple incinerators? We do. It's not that far out of the way. Actually, there's... No, that's not our garbage truck. So you should get serviced at some point. Okay. They are very far away from a residential district. I think what we will do... Let's use the pretty big roads. Is we're going to build a bit of a residential district here like that. Actually, let me go right up to this rail over here. Do one of those. Okay. Traffic control mods use massive amounts of CPU. You do. Pathfinding is really expensive. Traffic Plus Plus and Traffic Manager are great. And yes, I will reinstall them. I just wanted to make sure there was like a few days, maybe a week after the game was released before I reinstall some of the crazier mods that changed some of the game, like actual logic and mechanics. As opposed to like the auto delete thing and stuff is pretty lightweight and should be bulletproof. I will use the curvy lines. I'm just going to have all the actual local stuff come off of this one avenue here, which shouldn't see any traffic for anything else. Something like this. Although, as I say that, there's plenty of cars going up and down this way. How come? What the hell are you trying to get to? Oh, you're trying to get over here, and you're seeing this as shorter. I don't want that. At all. Really, even with this angle here. Wait, where are you going? You're using that to get a... Well, that's fine, but maybe what I'll do instead is go ahead and alternate these roads. Just try to cut back on the number of intersections then. These are pretty spaced out intersections. And the actual traffic going up and down these side streets is going to be pretty minimal. So I think this will be a good balance of the two. I don't think I want another bit there, because that'll be an intersection that's too close. So what I'll just do is do one of these. I should use a lot more of these in general. Okay, we're going to go, because of the noise component of the stations here, not to mention some of the pollution, I think we can make do with this. We're going to paint in some standard commercial over here. Then we're going to buffer from the noise of the commercial, we will paint in some office. Office still sensitive to noise, but not as much as residential. Something like that. That is bothering me. Hopefully I'll remember to go fix it. Probably I won't. Okay. And then, boom. Tons of residential. Okay. Look at me, I remembered something. I'll have it unzoned, actually. And that's going to be okay. So we've got that. Let's get some water up in here. Just do it sort of the lazy, not optimal, but it's fast. So there'll be maybe a little bit more overlap than I normally prefer. But not too bad, actually. Good. Then let's go ahead and pretty this place up, encourage more people to come. Let's use some of these nice big parks over here. One there. One there. I can't quite get it to fit. There's going to be an awkward gap. Let's do that. Alright, we got some land value increased there as well. Let's get some services down here. I think actually a big hospital would go quite well here because there's not much coverage there. We'll put the big hospital there. We'll get a local crematorium. Say down here. We'll get a big fire station. I got money. Let's do it. Big fire station. Big... Oop, that's a prison. How is actually my prison capacity? Lots of room, so we don't need more prisons. Let's get some local school and maybe a high school too. Over there. All right, then we got to wait for all this to fill in so that we actually have power, because there's some little gaps in my grid right now. But as the buildings pop in, everything will be fine. Okay. So there we go, a little neighborhood. So I'll have to rename this. I still want to rename the industrial area. The TXB Incorporated Fields. I don't want the whole thing, actually, to be that. And speaking of, this is an area that's meant to mine out oil, and it's not part of the grid. So I'm actually going to shrink the fields. The fields have moved. We're going to get a new industry conglomerate that's going to come in here because these buildings, a bunch of them are going to no longer be oil processing. TBJXD Incorporated have gone and sold some of their holdings over here, and they're going to be bought by... This is all industry. So this could be part of the same industrial park right over here. It's going to be bought by someone else. Bam. It's going to be bought by... Oh, what a great name for this. It's going to be bought by Electric Cat ND Amalgamated. Oh, there's not going to be enough room for that. Corp. There. Electric Cat ND Corp has bought some of the holdings from TBJXD Incorporated Fields, which is moving over here to do its oil processing. Okay. So, these buildings are going to replace themselves. One advantage, these guys were complaining about the lack of uneducated workers. You actually need fairly educated workers for the oil field, so the fact that we have an excess of educated workers is probably going to work out okay. Think so? Alright. Income is going up. That's good. So hopefully things aren't too polluty over here for the housing. It's fairly polluty. What's the ground under here? Was that... oh, there's a little bit more oil over there, but we're not going to drill that oil. Actually, even this oil is going to go away so fast. What's blue? That's ore. We could get some forest industries going on. We've got... I mean... when we have a lot of trees, because I planted them. Because forest is not something that's actually part of the ground, right? It's just like an area, you define it, and then things grow or they don't grow. How does it still not have power? Need more things to come in. Demands aren't super high because we have a lot of empty places. People are still moving to the town very, very quickly, though, so good. Raise taxes. We're making... Oh, we're not making any money anymore. When did that happen? Probably when I put down all the airports. What do you complain about power here? We literally... No, we have lots of electricity. You're just not connected. Right, because I just redid the entire industrial area, so my income is dropping, but there's also too much electricity Because right now there's not enough of these buildings in place, but they'll pop back in soon. We just have to wait. We have plenty of money in the bank, so that's good. How about you? You're bringing in some passengers. Maybe not as many as we would like, but we're bringing in some. And then they're leaving, and they're just going to walk directly to Subway. Some people are going to spawn cars. Oh, I was going to build more taxi, not stands, taxi depots. I do have quite a few. There you go, they'll spam taxis all over the city. You not really not have water? You really don't have water. Now, I don't know if these taxi depots always spew out all 25, or if they... No, I guess they literally have that much demand, so I should build taxi depots until demand goes to 0 or something. This whole area, really, because of those connections, don't have power. Fine, let me bring in a little bit of power over there. I mean, it'll be fine once these things pop back in. But in the meantime, we're really suffering, so there we go. Let's get that going on. And what the hell, I'll get you hooked up. I don't like building power lines if I don't have to, but I guess we have to connect them up for a little while. God. Lots of demand for commercial. Are these commercial all fill up? Yeah, pretty decently. We should get another leisure zone commercial. Maybe I won't make it high density. I'll make it just low density. Leisure activity zone. So all up in here. And let's go with the smaller one. And leave it locked to the road as much as possible, like that. So this is going to be the Osiris NLD Fun Time Road. No. And we'll get it marked as leisure. There we go. So we'll get some restaurants, nightclubs, bowling alleys, arcades, get them all in there. Got plenty of demand for the commercials, so that should fill up pretty quick. Maybe. I don't know. Quill go nuclear. I think we have. We've got a nuclear power plant right next to our prison. Actually, the Panda Papa prison, which is up here, has got a nuclear power plant right next to it. So we have lots of electricity. That upkeep is huge. Oh my god, we are losing crazy amounts of money. How come? Our population is going up. How are we losing the money? Because the weekly commercial income from citizen is dropping considerably. It was 90, now it's down, even though our population is going up. What? I don't want to change the taxes. Okay, the citizen income is going back up here. I think we're okay. It must just be in the transformations that happen. I'm gonna hold off here. Well, the citizen income is not just it's not population. A lot of this was from my industry. I wiped out a giant moneymaker in my industrial area here by rezoning it. So everyone moved out. I lost my tax income. Now the industry is building back up, so it'll come back in. We're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine. It's got to be rebuilt. The Electric Cat ND Corp has to repopulate this area, and then we'll be fine. There we go. No worries. Dun, 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 dun. I know I can raise taxes to 11%. It depends on a few factors, but our tax income is fine. See, now we're okay. As soon as the industry comes back in, everything is great. So we're going to let our existing areas fill back up. We could take some amount of time to look at traffic, although currently it is nighttime, so traffic patterns are a little bit different. See, it's red here, but that's not actually a lot of traffic. People are not stuck waiting here for terribly long. Same thing here, it's red, but traffic's fine. Here, it's a lot less good, though, because of this train station. And people taking a shortcut through here. I think it might actually be a good idea to upgrade the lane density here I don't know. The problem is there just is that many. Like, this traffic here is not because of, like, bad traffic flow. It's just, this is literally how much traffic is coming in and out of this station. I think the solution to this is actually just to get another train station in this area so that fewer people use this train station. This is just literally how many cars are coming in and out. And it's limited just by the speed of the traffic coming in and out of this area. Although people have pointed out a couple of cool tricks with this. I mean, there's a couple extra vehicles, but not much. Apparently, you can get... See, because they have to sort of stop to go in. Apparently, you can make sort of a bit of a V here. Let's make another train station. We've got one here. I could build one here. Because there's going to be a fair amount of people coming in and out of this train station, too. If I want to expand this area at all, I don't know. It's a little bit more light now. I don't think this traffic is actually a problem. I think it's actually flowing fast enough. I don't think any of these trucks are going to disappear. They're not creating a major jam. The only traffic here, other than a couple of local shops, obviously, is the traffic going here. So I think it's actually okay. Trimming down these intersections, I don't think would assist. Same thing here. I mean, people aren't really stopping on their way out. Things are flowing out very quickly. There's just so much demands for trains. Thank you for subscribing, Analog Lightbulb. I'm terribly sorry, everyone, that the sound and pop-up isn't working, so I'm missing subscribers even more than usual. It's just a break probably between Twitch and the Night Dev site and or OBS. It was working in the pre-stream and then just sort of stopped at some point. Because yeah, it is enabled. It should be popping up. So I'm sorry. Traffic's flowing well here. It's a dumb looking little interchange over here, but it actually works very well for a considerable amount of traffic. There's a lot of traffic flowing through here, and it's fine. But it does look dumb, I will admit. This one looks great, and also flows relatively well. That's a bit annoying that the traffic has to stop there. I wonder if we'd be better off having a single lane come in here instead. Would people dislike using this or not? I mean, the traffic is still flowing, so it's clearly okay. But I don't know. Here we're good too. Bit of a backlog there coming into the city. And this intersection could definitely do with some simplification and or offloading to another part. I mean, there's just really one big interchange here to come off the highway, and then here too. I think this would be an excellent example of a place where some more highway access would benefit us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away this little spit and this little spit here. And we're going to get another highway entrance here. I don't know, this place is busy enough as is. Because of this. What we need, there needs to be highway access over here. That is definitely the problem. I'm a little leery about turning this into a diamond exchange of any kind, but that is actually what needs to happen. Okay, where are we going to come in and out? Do we want to go here? Maybe. And certainly, like, the airport could use access in and out. Alright, well, let's do it. I mean, we've got some bits here that might cause a bit of an issue, but this is definitely something that needs to happen. So, do that. Just try to give them as much space as possible between the intersections here. Oops. Oh, I got the bendy tool, which actually is okay, I guess. I wonder if I can get that one to just be straight and connect. Yeah, alright. And then the other side, see, this is a bit of an issue. I don't want weaving, so I think what I want to do is actually come off of here. Let's go out flat. No? And then connect up over there. And then like that. So these diamond interchanges are not good for a lot of traffic flow. But there's not going to be that many people driving through. Like, if I had a whole other district over here, this would start to be quite poor. But for now, it should be manageable. And I think it'll alleviate some of the pressure over here. and up here. Now, there could definitely still be another interchange over here. We've got plenty of room for it. And if I did that, what I think I would do is actually bring it in, like, to right here. As an in and out, like a tunnel that goes from here to the highway and back. And I think that would actually be pretty strong. But yeah, there's a fair amount of utilization over here, which should alleviate that. The other thing, too, is maybe right here. I'm leery, because there's already a lot of traffic here. But a lot of it is there because there's traffic there. Okay, we need an in and out over here. In at least one direction. So let's do that. Followed by that. And that's just going to lead to more traffic here for now. Let's do another one here, but for the other side, for the other direction, so that we don't overload, because these are relatively tiny intersections, so we don't overload this intersection. There we go. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about, not actually helping us. Just throwing it on is no good. I'm really have to give it a little bit more thought. And now it's night, so once again, I can't see anything. Although, upgrading these roads would also be probably a good idea. Can't upgrade that one because there's something in the way. Which one is it? What's in the way? Ah, firehouse. So, move you over to here. Buildings everywhere. There. Move to the other side. And again, we're losing tons of money, suddenly. As the citizen income drops dramatically, which might be a result of these trucks not getting through. I have to do a proper redesign over here. And that might involve just trimming back a little bit. How's the zone? We want a lot of commercial stuff. Don't know why there's such demand for commercial. Suppose I shouldn't complain. Let's build this up a little. You know what? At 90 degrees here. Leave a bit of space. A little bit more space again. And then I want to connect over here, but I don't want to have a straight through because I don't want to have local traffic here. Although, it wouldn't be terrible except for the number of intersections. No, let's just do this. To here, and then like that. And we'll develop it further later on. Let's get some low density commercial in here. There you go, now the money's going back up. I mean, I didn't really do anything to make it go back up. Just, I think as things shift... I don't think it's day-night either, because it's still night. So the industry is not making as much during night. It's not operational. A little bit of a noise complaint. Deal with it. Some people might be using this as a shortcut. I guess it's not critical. Yeah, that is a pretty long loop around, so... we'll have to keep an eye on this. Including perhaps just upgrading this to a bigger road. Yeah, looks like... What I'm going to do is destroy that side of the intersection. Make this a T-juncture and make it work a lot more delicately. We'll go ahead and do this. I'll keep the bend in because I still want to encourage a fair amount of traffic to take the other road too. So this one doesn't get overloaded. We'll do some of that. And, oh, I probably have to rezone because the road has been widened, so all the little squares have moved a bit. There we are. Okay. Where's the other bit that I was just working on? Over here. Which is still no good. First of all, we should do some of that. And that. Get people off this faster. Now we're getting a backlog there. So that will improve that. And then we're going to turn these cross sections into more substantial roads because they really deserve it. Oh yeah, I've got all my stations and stuff over here. Move the crematorium. Move the medical clinic. Move the police station. Move that fire station again. Here, you'll go there. Go back to upgrading this bit of the road. There we go. That'll probably be a good improvement. Things will need to be rezoned. So let's do that. Why does everyone want to turn left from here? Let's give it a bit. This will probably start to clear itself up. Yeah, see, there's not much traffic coming in here. A little bit more here. This will probably clear itself up. I'm going to not micromanage this. We'll come back to the Chibiskuro soon and revisit that. This area over here, how's the demand? Okay, things are coming in. You don't have any local services, but you probably have coverage from other things. Ooh, fire department coverage here is very weak. Let's get one of those. How's the police over here? No coverage. Crime is low, but you don't have the coverage. So let's get you in here too. And you know what we probably need is some parks here too. One there. One over here. Give people some happiness. Good. And we're making money again. And we got 5 million in the bank. Excellent. All right. Over here. Again, I think it will probably clear up at some point, but I think this highway connection needs to be adjusted. Are people using this to make some sort of U-turn? Is a little bit what this is looking like. Now there you go. The traffic is moving. It'll move. We just got to give it enough time to clear up all the old traffic. There you go. You're going locally there, which is fine. A lot of people going here. It's these cars that, like... So you're coming from here, you're going to... Well, you're going down here, so that's a legitimate left turn. Maybe these guys have just been starved of goods for a while, so there's a backlog of stuff going over there. Because, yeah, there's a good number of cars coming down here. It might just be that. No road access for the incineration plant. There we go. Yep. There, that's thinning itself out completely. And this is during the day when the traffic is usually the worst, although we have cut back on some of the industry over here. This needs to continue to increase here. We need to move the high school out of the way. Just going to require kicking some people out of their house. Sorry about that. We'll go with the pretty tree-lined one over here. Get some of that. Although traffic hasn't been a problem right here, but we may as well do that because then it continues down the same type of stuff. Is that? Oh, that's a bus stop. I'm like, why is it looking all weird over here? It's because of the bus stop. How's the park access over here? Could be better. Let's get you. Oh, let's get some tennis courts down. It's been a while since we built any tennis courts. Court is in session. That no matter what, we end up replacing a fair number of houses, but that'll just have to be the case. Bing, bing, bing. Lots of traffic down here. And this has always been bad. A lot of people coming down here, and there's a lot of cross streets, so a lot of extra intersections. We really have to not use this to feed as much of an area, or provide them an easier way to get off of this. There just shouldn't be as many cross connections, is what should be going on. More of them should be T's. Well, that's already been cut there, and that's been cut there. So I guess it's intersection, intersection. And some of this is people trying to leave.